Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to be approaching the finale already for season 2 of Dead City. So I wanted to talk about my thoughts. I wanted to talk a little bit about my predictions, and just discuss the Dead City, the Walking Dead universe overall, because it's been a little bit of time before since I've done something like that. So, yeah, it feels like the natural time to do it. Yeah, all right. So Dead City season 2 has been a mixed bag for me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. There have been elements in each episode. There's been probably at least one element that I liked, things I found enjoyable, but objectively speaking, this is a Fear the Walking Dead season. This is not a good season of TV. And I know a lot of you out there are just like, oh, you complain to complain, blah, blah, blah. I'm really not. This is just not it. I feel like the concept in general of Dead City has so much potential. And there's so many things that they could do with it because you have Negan Smith and Maggie Rhee in New York City. There's a lot you could do there. And there's a lot of things that I think they did well with that concept. The storytelling visually it's been pretty interesting. Things like that, but just the way this all has gone down, it's like, don't you ever fucking learn your lesson about what people want to see and what is enjoyable to watch on screen? It genuinely doesn't feel like that, and it's very disappointing. I'm going to be completely honest. It's just, I don't know exactly how to pinpoint it. I think it's a mix of things between characters like Narvaez, characters like Bird, with New Babylon being like the fourth fucking Reich for no reason, just because they're trying to establish law and order again. They got to go in and do the methane, and it's so stupid. It sounds like I'm discussing an episode of Fear the Walking Dead. It's cringy. It's just cringy. Between the Dama and the way she is just kind of a leader of the Fourth Reich in her own sense too. The way, just the whole dynamic, even though I like the Croat, the fact that they call him the Croat, like little things like that I'm like, dude, this is reality. There's no human on Earth that I'd be like, oh, that's the whey protein. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at a bottle of whey protein. That's why I'm saying it. Like, the point I'm making is they give these villains villain names. It's like goofy. What the fuck does the Dama mean? What does the Croat mean? I just don't understand. I don't understand it. I also don't understand the fact that we have the Croat like basically praising and sucking Negan's dick by giving him a bat again with electric spikes on it that we literally only got one scene of. I don't understand it. And I was watching an interview with Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen the other day talking about their least favorite thing from The Walking Dead. And clearly Jeffrey Dean Morgan had an idea, and I'm almost positive that idea was killing Carl. But the reason I bring it up is the way he responded. He's like, well, my showrunner's right there. I can't say. Yeah, like he's playing to the camera, sure. But you could just tell he had feelings. You could just tell. And you could tell by their interaction and Lauren's like laughing response to it that they both had feelings about it. I mean, Lauren left the fucking show, for Christ's sakes. She definitely had feelings about it. You know what I mean? Like there is a clear disconnect between what the showrunners are doing and what the actors are doing. Maybe it's not so obvious because they're still being a good sport. They're still playing these roles. And I know they're both producers on it, so they have some say and some pull. But ultimately, where the story goes is a little bit out of their hands, even as producers. Just a little bit. So, like, I just feel like this isn't the story they want either. And I feel like they know that. But they obviously can't exactly say that because they're the talent and they're producers. They're not the ones in the writer's room. They're not the ones writing this and all of that stuff. There's only so much that they can do themselves. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but it's just funny. Like those little details. It's like, that's what the problem with The Walking Dead is as of late, is those cringy moments that are just so goddamn unnecessary that we just don't need. I don't know. I just think overall there are elements that I do like about it. Like I do like Bruegel. I think he's an interesting bad guy. I think he's one of the more I guess he's played more realistically than some bad guys I've seen in The Walking Dead. Just the way his attitude is, his behavior. I feel like I know people like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like you don't get that with people like the Dama. You don't get that way with people like the Croat or even like Narvaez. You know what I mean? I don't know how exactly to describe that, but those elements I think really bring the show down a notch for me right now, and they're the reason I have such a problem with it right now. It's just because the story is not really that compelling. New Babylon's coming in for the methane and all of that stuff, and then Herschel is now like the bad guy, which I don't like, and I think that kind of hurts the story more because you're making someone who we care a lot about, Maggie, even though a lot of us I know right now aren't big fans of Maggie's character. We're making her son be like a really bad guy that we'd rather tell to look at the flowers than even fucking Lizzie. You know what I mean? Like things like that I feel like are just interesting decisions that I don't know why they're making when they have so much potential in the fucking Big Apple to tell a good story, but they're just not doing that. I think that's disappointing, and I think that's I don't know. I mean, I was hoping Dead City would be exciting. I was hoping this would be something that really, I don't know, upped the mood for the Walking Dead universe again, but it hasn't. Everything that's come from the spin-offs, first season was strong. There were big moments in the beginning. Like, if you look at The Ones Who Live's first 3 episodes were bangers, true bangers. Episode 1 was, I think, the best episode of The Walking Dead ever, hands down. And then by episode 6, absolutely terrible. Dead City, season 1, great. Season 2, dog shit. Daryl Dixon, season 1, fantastic. Arguably one of my favorite seasons of The Walking Dead universe. Great season of TV. Season 2, terrible. Like, absolutely terrible season of TV. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's the fact that at first I thought maybe it was the fact that the episode count is too short. But then I realized, like, Dead City would be so boring if they told the story for 16 episodes or even 12 episodes. I'd be pulling my hair out if I had to cover this for another few episodes. Because there's nothing fun about this. This isn't really fun. But, like, again, the reason I know there's going to be one of you watching this who says, if you feel that way, why are you watching it? It's because I still want it to get better, and I've enjoyed these characters. I'm invested in these characters. I want to watch them. I want to see what happens. That's what, but also in the same vein, I feel like that's why AMC's quality is just going down, because they know there's a community of us that are just going to watch this shit. I don't know. It feels almost like Call of Duty to me, and how there's like a devoted group of Call of Duty fans who will play every Call of Duty game, even if it sucks. I feel like that's what's happening with The Walking Dead. They're just milking it fucking dry. But there's so many opportunities in this universe to tell good stories, and you don't even have to hire back talent like Andrew Lincoln to do that. But they're just missing the boat every goddamn time. Like, when is it going to be our moment? As fans of the show, when is it going to be our moment for something good? That sucks. That's unfortunate. The only thing I think they could do that would be really redeeming would be to really do a faithful cartoon comic adaptation. I genuinely do. I think that'd be great. Like, just like Invincible. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Whatever. But those are my thoughts. Just a couple quick updates. The channel recently hit 11,000 subscribers. I talked about it briefly in another video. But guys, it means the world to me. It genuinely does. I mean, my rate of growth has slowed over the years, for sure. And I think that's because I mainly do reviews. They're periodical, like, you know, they're a specific period thing. I don't do as many essays. And I know I should be doing more essays, and I think I'd probably, you know, channel would be doing probably a little bit better if I focused a little bit more on those. But I don't ever want to give up talking like this. I love talking to you guys like this. I think it's fun. So to me, it's not even about like the subscriber count being low or anything like that. It's just, you know, I'm happy to be where I am. I'm thankful every day. Seriously, I'm not even kidding when I say, because of you guys, I just bought this new camera, and I couldn't have done that without you guys. It helps me make these videos, but not only that, it helps me do more creative endeavors that I'm doing in my personal life. I own a digital marketing agency on the side of my full-time job, so I got this camera to be able to do shoots with it. I got this camera to be able to make ads for clients and things like that. And I couldn't have gotten it without you guys. I really appreciate your support all this time. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. I really genuinely appreciate it. And I don't know how to say I love you more than that. Seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support. I will be back for the finale. So that's in a couple days. I know I didn't talk about predictions. I thought I was going to. Sorry if this clickbaited you at all by that. But maybe I'll come back for that before Sunday. I don't know. Time will tell. But yeah, with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.